Hello, friends, and welcome to another Pauper League. Today we're playing a criminally underrated deck. I seriously think this is one of the better options to be playing, and we just don't see it. But here it is. This is Izzet Curve, the big control deck, and you can see we've got some cards in common with some of the other control decks, like Izzet Fairies. We're running the Counterspells, we're running the Augur of Bolas, um, we're running Skred, and Lightning Bolt is removal, Preordain. Just one of the best cantrips you can possibly find. And then instead of running, like these small creatures that we can get onto the board with early and use to tempo the opponent out of the game, like Ninja, for example. Instead, we are going to use Serpentine Curve to finish the game. So some people have thought that, okay, well, you're just putting down your token, and then the opponent is going to like use a removal spell and kill it. So really, like, what are you even bothering doing here? Well, first off, we aren't casting Serpentine Curve on turn 4. It's very, very rare we would do that. We're generally casting Serpentine Curve when the creature is going to be larger than a 10/10, so that, we can swing in and kill with 2 hits. So damage-based removal isn't going to work. And then if, an opponent has targeted removal like Cast Down, well, that's what all of our counter magic is for. So we can Dispel or, just respawn to a removal spell and fling the token at the opponent for big, big damage. So we do have a couple of downgrades in this deck, which is pretty exciting. Always love to see some downgrades. Fiery Cannonade, for example, was originally printed as an uncommon, so we get to play that. Trying to like take my time before we get to Izzet Charm. I think this card was actually upgraded. So Fire Ice, as we can see here in Modern Horizons 2, was a rare, but if I recall correctly, in its original printing in Apocalypse, I think it was common there. And then, of course, we're playing one of Izzet Charm. I think that the flexibility of the card is unmatched, and I think that we'll be able to find a use for at least one of its modes whenever we draw it, but we'll see what happens. Otherwise, we are very well prepared for the red decks that we're going to come across, and we even got, this special little removal spell, which is decent against affinity, but can also just be used as a shock. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited to get into it. Let's play our first match. Very land-heavy hand here. Hopefully we'll have time to sculpt this hand into something. Kind of want to play the Volatile Fjord first so we can hold up Flame Slash. If they, play a Swift Spear or something on turn 1. Our opponent is on the mulligan here. Okay, they found a hand they would like to keep. Let's get into it. Basic Forest Utopia Sprawl. So I'm guessing Ponza. Bottom, bottom. Oh, that is not a card we need right now. Oh, okay. So this is Bogles. This is a problem. Big problem. Removal isn't going to work. And this is already too big for our sweeper. We're going to have to rely on our sideboard cards here. I think we're probably just dead. Game 1 versus Bogles. There's the Cannonade, but too late. Yeah. So we survive here at 1. Okay. That was horrifying. Let's bring in Fiery Cannonade, Negate, and 3 copies of Curfew. We're going to take out Skred and Flame Slash. Is there anything else we can bring in? Like, we could bring in Pyroblast to try and counter Slippery Bogle on the way down. It's probably better than Dispel. We're going to keep Fire and Lightning Bolt to potentially take care of any of those small creatures along the way, like the Spirited Companion we saw, so that they won't be able to stop our Curfew by having a another critter out. That's the hope anyway. But this is definitely not a matchup I wanted to see, especially not first thing. Alright, we got Curfew. Feeling pretty good about this. Let's keep it. Alright, opponent on the mulligan again. Bogles is a deck that mulligans quite a bit. You're really looking for a nice mix of a couple of things. Going to want to keep Curfew as an option, but we aren't going to want to go off on Curfew until they start to suit up a Bogle. So we're just going to play another island and pass. Cast Ice on the forest here. Just thinking between which land I want to play here. If I play this, it looks like I'm holding up Counterspell. But I would have loved to have just been able to play Augur of Bolas and hold up Curfew. That would have been ideal. So we're going to take 5 here. I'm just going to cast Frantic Inventory. I think we can get more out of our Curfew. This seems like a good time to cast Curfew. I mean, we can just wait until combat, too. Hey, good morning, everybody. Just thinking about how I want to play this turn out here. Kind of would like to cast Frantic Inventories. Maybe we'll just start with an Augur of Bolas. Bottom, bottom. Cannonade, nice. Good morning, Titan. Free Wind Falcon, flying protection from red. Reveals Armadillo Cloak. Probably going to want to start curving. This is too good to give up. We got a Cannonade, even though we're going to lose our Rage-Hound here. Not too happy about putting that Rage-Hound down when I did. Oh, Echoing Truth gets rid of this. Perfect. Get pieces of the puzzle. Okay, and they scoop. I think that's going to be probably our win con most of the time, is going to be our opponent getting tired and just leaving. All right, we managed to get a game versus Bogles. Pretty happy about that. Let's see if we can turn that into a match. Not a huge fan of this hand. I mean, we do have Cannonade, but we're on the draw. It's probably going to take too long. We have no copies of Curfew. Our lands are awkward. I'm going to mulligan this. The lands are a little bit less awkward at least, but the hand still isn't very good. We have Preordain. Maybe we can find our way to Curfew. I'm going to keep this. I think we'll get rid of Izzet Charm. Do I want Izzet Charm or do I want Fire Ice? I think I'll keep the Fire Ice. Gonna be digging for Curfew anyway. 3 copies in the deck. Okay, no critter. We are not going to be able to ice that immediately, unfortunately. And another Preordain. Let's go ahead and Preordain. Find 2 copies of the pieces of the puzzle. Let's bottom. Augur of Bolas? Glade Cover Scout, Ethereal Armor, no land. Let's Preordain. Don't like this. Bottom. Find a land. Can't do anything with a single mana. Let's just play Volatile Fjord and pass. We can maybe tap this on their upkeep next turn. Okay, so that protects them from Curfew. Pieces of the puzzle. Alright, I think I'm going to ice their land here, so we're just going to play Theater. Go get another island. We already have a red source. And stop on upkeep. Ice your land. So we're looking for Cannonade to clear out the scout, and then Curfew for the other scout. Oh, that's dangerous. They have 3 mana, so they could potentially play Mask next turn. Oh, they have Ethereal Armor, so that's horrifying. What can we do? I think we're probably going to go for Preordain pieces. Hope we can find what we're looking for here. We find the Curfew. Kind of want to hold up Counterspell, but... I mean, if I could play Augur and hold up Counterspell... Alright, let's dig deep, try and find the Fiery Cannonade here. Wow! We totally missed with pieces of the puzzle. That does not happen very often. 4 lands and an Augur of Bolas. 3 mana, do nothing. I'm expecting a big hit here. Slippery Bogle. Rancor. Ethereal Armor. Oh, and the Ethereal Armor going on there. Yeah, I think we're just dead. I don't think there's any set of draws here where we can get through this. We eventually found the Cannonade, but it was too late. We needed that earlier. Oh well, close game, I guess, in a sense. Tough matchup, though, where we're looking to be using a bunch of our removal and opponent's creatures are immune to our spells. Okay, well, how's it been going so far? We've played one match against Bogles, which I have decided is a bad matchup. Gonna sneeze. So far, not so great, but hopefully things will be looking up. This hand looks fine to me. We'll keep it. Voldaren Epicure of a Great Furnace. So I'm thinking goblins. If so, this and this are going to be very, very good. Forge Bridge. Okay, this is Madness Burn. Another difficult matchup, actually. I remember having a difficult time versus Madness last time I played. Since Dispel doesn't really hit much, and our Hydroblasts miss all their black spells. Oh, wow. While we're tapped out, they're just going to resolve these two. You're going to kill my Augur of Bolas here? Yeah, okay. Still gains me 3 life. I guess we'll just go top, then Augur, get the other piece. Preordain, Skred, or Fling. I think I would actually like another removal spell so that I could kill a Kitchen Imp. Deadly Dispute the Epicure. And there's a Kitchen Imp. Okay. Now, last time we played this, we didn't have access to Maestros Theater, so we get to gain a life here, which is nice. And I think I'll just Skred and Frantic Inventory, so I don't need to do either of those right now. Get in for a little bit of damage. That's a pretty good idea. I like that idea. We're gonna do that. Tap their black mana on upkeep. Draws us the same number of cards as Frantic Inventory. Yeah, Vault of Whispers for another black source. Faithless Looting. Don't have access to any counter magic. And Alms of the Vein. Putting us down to 10. And they still have 5 cards in hand. That's the power of Madness Burn. One, two, three. So this would only be a 3/3 right now. Probably. Almost certainly. I would love to do like a cheeky Echoing Truth on their blood tokens, but they have a mana up, so if we tried to do that, they would just be able to sacrifice their blood token. Do you have a Lightning Bolt? Yeah, you do. We take out the Dispel. Take out some of the more expensive cards. Electrostatic Bolt is better than Flame Slash. It's an instant speed removal spell that hits basically all their creatures, unless they're playing Gurmag Angler. Regardless, it's like it's a bolt we can throw at a Kitchen Imp before it hits us for 2 damage. Maybe we'll just keep 1 Cannonade then. Thing is, like, It's a decent answer against the creatures they have, so it's probably not going to come up much, but you know, like Swift Spear, Epicure, and Kitchen Imp can all be killed with a single cannonade. Not a huge fan of these lands here. Very, very slow. This looks a little bit better. Opponent's on a deep mulligan here, down to 4 cards currently. Kiss. Epicure comes in, down to 16. Augur of Bolas, good blocker. And we'll take that lightning bolt, because there's no other choice. Fiery Temper, probably going after the Augur here. Nope, going for the face. Face is the place. Oh, they did have another land. I guess it's land pass. I guess we could attack. We got a lot of removal. Could easily throw one at the Epicure. Still, like, 1 damage a turn is so anemic. What we need to do is gain control of the situation of the game and finish them from there. Like I was saying, though, this particular form of burn is a difficult matchup, whereas I would be much happier, much more comfortable playing against Hut Dogs or the classic burn deck. Thinking if we go for Frantic Inventory now, they'll just like unload on us. Give me some counter magic. Well, Alms of the Vein is not something we can counter anyways without a proper counterspell, like Dispel or uh, Hydroblast is not going to work against that. Negate would have, though. Oh, there's a counterspell. 3 mana left if I play pieces. Might be able to find a nice piece of counter magic with that. We do not. We also just don't have any way of gaining life here. One of the downsides to Izzet. Alright, so we can hit that with a Skred, and then Frantic Inventory. That's pretty sweet. Ooh, okay. Um, I don't know that Izzet Charm is going to be too much use as a counterspell anymore since they have so much mana and they'll see the Izzet Charm coming. But Blue Elemental Blast Hydroblast is kind of cool. Let's grab both of those. Goes pretty well with a counterspell in our hand. Got quite a few cards in the graveyard at this point. Gonna counter this. It's a really big deal for their deck to be able to Faithless Looting stuff. We're gonna cast it with Flashback now, but at this point they've tapped down, so we're gonna let that resolve, and then we're gonna be able to cast one spell off of it, and we'll just hit the Fiery Temper with a Blue Elemental Blast so that we can Frantic Inventory. Oh, okay, I like both of those. Yeah, dispel that. Hydroblast that. Oh, we run out of card advantage. Gonna leave the one auger back as the answer to Epicure here. I'd rather keep the lightning bolt to be able to answer a kitchen imp or a swift spear. We're gonna counter that. Not gonna let them get the blood tokens. Curve, yep, absolutely gonna cast that. How many spells do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So this is actually lethal. Sweet. Good call on bringing the extra counter magic back in rather than the Fiery Cannonade. I don't think the opponent is even playing Swift Spear. Yeah, we saw Deadly Dispute, so maybe they're playing Deadly Dispute in that slot. I think we keep this. Dispel, Hydroblast. Seems like a keep to me. Opponent's on the mulligan again. Just the 6 this time, though. Yeah, we would have to be very careful about when we cast Cannonade if we were going to keep it. Sorcery. I'm gonna Skred this. Cooper the Red when you're not watching. Wildfire, Black Sack, Pestilence, Cooper the Red when you are watching. Is it? Is that the way you see me, Nostalgia? Fortunately, we've got the YouTubes. Oh, Dispel that. Land? Yeah, we knew it was coming. So if we keep up our mana, we have access to Hydroblast and Frantic Inventory. If I cast Preordain, I do not have Counterspell. We're just going to pass here. I have been thinking about switching up the way I post on YouTube, giving it a more, how do you call that, curated experience. I've noticed that for the most part, like, my videos get maybe like 11% view, which is not great. So what I'm thinking, long story short, is just putting up one match from the league, and then like if people want to watch the whole league, then that's would be available on Twitch. I like Augur here. Let's get the Frantic Inventory. Draw two. Fiery Temper. I think we might actually let the Fiery Temper resolve so we can Frantic Inventory. One, two, three. Then we still have a couple mana left. So I can hold up Counterspell Skred if I go pieces. I think that's fine. Get Frantic Inventory and I guess Echoing Truth? Could get Fling. We have the Curve in hand. I think we're just going to get the Fling. Pop Performance, personally like the way you're re-uploading the videos to YouTube. Oh, thanks for letting me know. It is a lot though, right? Like I'm putting out a few leagues in a week. Who has that much time to watch that much content? I kind of like Truth Now versus Tokens, but yeah, we put it away. How many spells are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, this is 11. Getting there. I'm not a huge fan of pieces right now. We got this really nice Frantic Inventory. Let's cast that. Play a land. So now if I pieces, I have access to one counterspell. Would probably also discard a hand size at that point. Hydro, yes please. And opponent concedes. We managed to beat Madness. Oh, love it. This hand is not that great. No draw. We have Fling, which is basically a dead card until the end game. I don't like this one. Yeah, we don't need a lot of 4-ofs in this deck. Like, the 4-ofs really show you some of the cards that are super important in the list, you know, like Counterspell and Curve. But for the most part, you know, like cards like Fling, we're going to be digging through the deck very, very quickly. So we're going to be able to find those cards. This is way better. Yeah, pot performance. I mean, like, I'll definitely admit there are some leagues I've played where I have buried them. Like, there is no way I'm putting, you know, such and such a league up onto YouTube. But yeah, for the most part, you know, like I am going, I'll put up 1-4 leagues because there's stuff to learn there. Forest Go. Maestros Theater. I kind of want to go like Preordain, hold up Skred here, so that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I want the Dispel because I don't know what they're playing. I'm gonna say no to the Dispel. Green, red, nothing. All right. If we play Island, we can hold up Inventory and Skred. Huh. I'm confused. I actually like this hand. I'm gonna keep it. Very land heavy, but we got an Augur of Bolas to provide an early blocker. We have a Counterspell for whatever they're doing on turn 3. Guess it was the Naya tokens combo. Can't win against any counter magic. Our deck has a little bit of counter magic. Just a little bit. Basic Plains, Sacred Cat. So we're probably playing against Bully. Oh wow, we get no hits on Augur. That does not happen very often. However, we are taking 3 lands off the top when we already had a land heavy hand. Oh, you're saying this could also be Cawblade. Very possible. Oh, look at that. It's heroic. And that is actually the card I would have liked to have countered. Alright, we're going to play this pass. Yep. Curve is cool, but Theros best block. Theros was pretty cool. It has a special place in my heart because that's when I sort of came back into Magic. Alright, so we're going to cast Frantic Inventory, holding up the red mana to kind of bluff that we have a removal spell. And we're just not using it yet. Oh, now we have the removal spell. And we're just not using it yet because we don't have to. I think we're just going to pass here, hold up the Counterspell and the Skred. Because the opponent can do some pretty weird stuff in response to our trying to kill their Skyguard. Sentinel's Eyes. Turns their creature into a 3/3. I think we're just going to Skred it now. Two other cards, okay. Another Sentinel's Eyes, jeez. Sure. Oh, that is getting counterspelled. They're going to be gaining a little bit of life, but we aren't taking damage. And this might actually be a matchup where I play an early curve. We could Lightning Bolt this cat right now, but then they can just put Sentinel's Eyes onto this cat. We could try and bolt this cat when they put this Sentinel's Eyes on it, but then if they have something to give that cat pro red, we kind of feel kind of foolish. I guess there's worse things. They know about the bolt, right? Yeah, they know about the bolt. That was a card from the pieces of the puzzle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Serpentine Curve would make a 5/5. 5/5 would be pretty good. Let's make a 5/5. This is not something you would normally do with this deck, but 5/5 creature against the opponent is actually pretty good. So we're going to do it. Normally you'd want to wait until you get like a 10/10 or something. We can actually make another fractal token and just really start going ham on them. Stupid question, how do you deal with grave hate? We just don't care. Doesn't matter to us. This counts cards in exile. No, we just let the grave hate happen. The only thing that matters for the grave hate is Frantic Inventory, and that's not a big deal. Another bolt. We could pieces or just make another curve. I kind of like just making another curve here. Another token, fractal token. Make a 6/6. Kind of like blocking with Sacred Cat. What else is it doing? That's a problem. Lightning Bolt doesn't kill that. I normally listen to a Subnautica soundtrack. It's just like the ambiance of the music. It's really low and quiet, but it helps keeps things flowing, I guess. That is a big problem. Oh, I love heavy metal, but I'd like something else for when I'm playing Magic. It has to be something really soft. Wow, that is a huge problem. We're looking for Echoing Truth now. Kind of thinking maybe we just bolt them. Pieces, look for Echoing Truth. No Echoing Truth, but we do find Frantic Inventory, and I guess we'll go for another pieces of the puzzle. Um, one Frantic Inventory in the yard. We have played a land, so let's just pass back. No good attacks. The lifelink is a huge problem as well, and the vigilance. All around, big problem from the opponent. And we don't have counter magic currently. Don't let them know that. But if they give their critter protection from blue, then we're not going to be able to block anymore. I think we might actually just take the first hit. Now let's block it while we can. Might not get a chance to block again. Another Frantic Inventory and a land. Let's just go for another pieces. Find Fire, Ice, and Counterspell. So we can tap down the Trailblazer on their turn. That's pretty decent. We have 4 mana, so I can Frantic Inventory as well. Or Counterspell. Okay. It's a mod-only command, huh? Let's see if I can copy that out. Oh, what? Adcom. Miss Lethal. Count. There we go. Oh, shit. I was supposed to tap the creature. Fuck. I was more interested in making a command, and now I punted. Womp womp. It's Frantic Inventory then. Another cat, no problem. Cannonade. All right. Well, Cannonade does clear out the rest of everything going on here. Don't mind that. I like both of these, yes. Hold on. Go back. I want the curve now. Not going to happen. All right. Get the curve next turn. Stop on upkeep for ice. Yeah, I guess, huh? We could have Cannonade at the end of their turn, and then they wouldn't get all these blockers. Be able to smash in with our fractal tokens that way. I see how it is. This is going to be Punt City. There you go, Sentinel's Eyes on something. Yeah, Sentinel's Eyes on the Trailblazer. One card in hand. They're at 32. All right, this curve is going to be huge, though. So we curve and we still have 4 mana up. Yeah, we're going to hold back on the Preordain then. Really big curve. 17-17. Embalm the Sacred Cat, no problem. Cartouche of Solidarity. I don't think that's a problem either. We'll let that resolved. I wanted to keep up 4 mana. Flame Slash. Oh, Echoing Truth, yes please. Looked like a good attack to me. Going to Lightning Bolt that Warrior before they get a chance to block as well. Dead. That's how we do it. Heroic, not as much of a problem as Hexproof. Get flung. Echoing Truth. Really doing some good work there. Gonna take 3 more cards out. Yeah, I was legitimately shocked when I found out that Swift Spear was downgraded. I think a lot of people felt the same way. I think maybe Izzet Charm can go in this matchup. I kind of like Fire Ice. Fair enough. I mean, Cannonade's probably just better for what we want the Fire Ice for. Although maybe Fire Ice is good enough on the play. That's difficult. Because they've got a lot of X1s. So being able to like fire in response to one of their auras, kill 2 critters, get an aura, 3 for 1. Alright, so we got 2 cards to cut and less than a minute to do it. I could go down to 3 curve. Maybe cut on a curve into pieces of the puzzle. Focus on answers. Yeah, I like that. We're fighting a very aggressive deck, and we are on the draw, so getting rid of some of our big mana spells makes sense. Although it was pretty nice to be able to cast those curves early in this matchup. I do not like this hand. Opponent is mulliganing. We're not going to be able to Skred until turn 3 at the earliest. Unless we draw Mountain. And the Fling is basically a dead card. Well, I don't like this hand either. 1 land hand. Oh no. I like the 2 Cannonades, but if we don't draw land, this is obviously a loss. Alright, we're going to keep this one. Gotta get rid of 2 cards. Get rid of... let's get rid of... I want to keep Flame Slash. I want to keep Augur. I want to keep the 2 lands here. So it's one of the 2 of these 3 cards here we're going to get rid of. Get rid of pieces. And I guess Counterspell. Because we can't cast it. If we keep otherwise. I guess we could have got rid of the Mountain. And then kept the Theater to go get a Mountain. No, that doesn't make sense. Alright. We'll play this first, get Island, then we can play this. Oh, actually, I think we just play this and this. No muta, no muta, no muta! And they had another one all along. A lot of choices. Cannonade's not going to do too much. I think we just go for the curve. Try and make a big curve early, like last time. Pieces of the puzzle will help with that. Oh yeah, mutagenic. If they had cast mutagenic in response to Flame Slash, that probably would have been a game over. I mean, maybe we could recover, but we're on a multi 5. That is exactly what we call curving out. What? Protection from red? On your token? Weird. Why wouldn't you put that on your main critter? Because I have another one. So weird. Why wouldn't you put this on here? So we keep the curfew and I guess the curve. Oh, more echoing truth. I don't know. Oh, maybe like echoing decay. Who knows? Curfew is now uncastable because of protection on token. I don't understand. I mean, yeah, we do have to get rid of this. That's what that means. I mean, yeah, we can curfew, it doesn't target, but it will always hit this one because we can't get rid of this with a lightning bolt. Two curfews or curfew echoing truth. Yeah, I'm leaning more towards mistake, but who knows? I mean, like, it is a really good response to curfew, to be honest. So that is probably exactly what they were thinking of. If I protect this from lightning bolt, they can't hit this with curfew. Yeah, I'm just going to take this. That's an interesting play. I actually really like that one. We get to hold up Counterspell while we're doing it. Opponent gains 0 life. We take 0 damage. We get to recast Augur of Bolas. Get to hold up Counterspell. Wow, and we reveal 3 islands. Thanks, deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play something I can counter. Go for pieces. Try and find a Curfew. Yeah, good point, Blowbear. Actually taking 3 lands off the top of the library is kind of decent. I didn't want to draw 3 lands in a row. Alright, we'll get pieces and Preordain, I guess. We'll Preordain here and hold up Counterspell. Bottom. Frantic Inventory. Nice draw, actually. We can play something instead of Counterspell. We have a block. Yeah, I was definitely considering that, Blowbear. I was also thinking, like, maybe I can attack in with... No. So yeah, it probably was better to block with this. Although, in the end, I guess it didn't really matter. Yeah, we're going to have to let that resolve. I don't want to allow them to give their creature protection. Oh, wow. I don't think they can give this creature protection at the moment, so if I counterspell this, it should be fine. And again, it's not that great. See, yeah, they're doing the exact same thing again, so this is definitely a play around Curfew. Yeah, my worry, the reason I didn't counter this is they had 2 mana up, so they could have given this protection from blue, and then they just get to swing in for probably lethal damage. So I've been trying to play around that spell. I don't remember exactly what it's called off the top of my head. Benevolent Blessing, I think. They could also even just be playing the 1 mana spell that has Rebound that gives protection. I'm thinking I'm probably just going to go for Curve at this point. I'm pretty sure our token can start blocking Trailblazer here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. And this would actually make it 10. We got to be pretty careful about using this, though. Because they could give their creature protection from blue, and then we just die. No, they're not going to cast a spell. I'm gonna draw a card. Hope we don't die. Yep. See, this is me being stupid. Thanks for the follow, friend. Two Curfews. Right, so what we had to do there was just hold up the counter spell, move on to our turn, cast the curve so we could start blocking, and then pass back holding up counter magic, and just hold up counter magic for Benevolent Blessing for the rest of the game until we can fling for lethal. That's a mulligan. This is another mulligan. How many lands am I playing in this deck? 22. Also gonna have to play quick. I'm down on time here. Alright, we can keep this. Barely. On the upside, opponent is mulliganing just as deep as, even deeper. They're going down to 4 here. Hey, what's up? Been watching on YouTube, first time catching you live? Fantastic. Glad you're here. I do really like how YouTube brings people to Twitch, Twitch brings people to YouTube. Very nice relationship. Of course, the one thing we can't hit with lightning bolts. Yes, indeed, handsome. That would be a good word for it. Friggin' Sentinel's Eyes, too. Counter this, they just get to replay it later. Alright, Negate. What about Fire Ice? Seems kind of good when they're on one land. Let's go bottom, top. And we'll just ice their land here. Okay, good ice. We get to hold up Counterspell or Negate here. We are going to take 2 damage. Got to find something to slow this Centaur down. And then, of course, even just the targeting of these spells means that Trailblazer is growing. I'm just going to practice patience here for a little bit. So we wait for the opponent to take their turn. Here we go. So I wanted to play the island on that turn over the theater so I could hold up double Counterspell. Probably not going to matter. Definitely counterspelling this. But, you know, like, what if they had second planes, another ethereal armor? We would definitely want to have counterspell for that, right? Right. But yeah, this thing is going to kill me very soon if I can't find any way to stop it. Alright, well that stems the bleeding a little bit. Get 1 block in. And we find a curve. Okay. So we can bolt them and maybe counterspell something they do on their turn that'll give us the biggest curve possible. You know what? I should have just maybe bolted the, yeah, well. Bolted the creature. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Can make it a 7/7. Bottom, bottom. Curfew. All right, we got an 8/8. Unfortunately, it does not kill the Centaur. And they just drew a second land, so now they're going to play Benevolent Blessing. Nope, Cartouche. Okay, so that by itself doesn't get it doesn't get the Centaur past the token. They need another thing. Oh, they have it. Ethereal Armor. Woof. I think we just died. Yup. GG's. Yeah, shame we made that huge mistake at the end of game 2. We might have been able to pull that one out. And now we lose the match. Look at that hand. Look at that. That's mulligan. Yeah, this is keepable. Mountain. I think we're just going to go Augur here. Take the lightning bolt. Damn it. The lands. They're not showing up. Infinite birds to bolt. The Dispel was pretty nice, being able to get that to work. Oh, and they're passing the turn. Wonderful. Do we go for the Frantic Inventory here? Try to hit a land? I would really like to just Flame Slash this. Continue to keep them off of mana. All the inventories. Inventories for days. Another pieces of the puzzle, thanks, deck. So now they have 3 mana. What's it gonna be? I think opponent has options here. Oh, Maestros Theater gets us snow-covered lands, whereas the gain land is not snow-covered. It also gains us the life. So, yeah. That is the reason, so we can get snow lands. Because we're playing Skred. Okay, finding some lands. Lead the Stampede resolves. You're a towel. Really hoping for a Cannonade off the top here. Can't show pants if I'm not wearing any, Shauna. Think we go for Preordain, try and find Cannonade. Bottom. I think we top the Preordain because we can still cast Cannonade if we find it with this one. We miss. We do find Izzet Charm, which can kill this. I think that's probably worthwhile. Kill the Vanguard before it becomes too much of a problem. And then try and find Cannonade again. Oops. All right, let's pieces. Look for Cannonade. We find it. And we're just going to hold up the Cannonade here. They can play as deep into the Cannonade as they desire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13. We're one off of using of Serpentine Curve Fling for the kill. Sure. So after we Cannonade, oh, this still lives. I was thinking we could attack with Augur of Bolas, but this can block Augur. Yeah, maybe they attack with Huntmaster, but they have Essence Warden now, so they're going to be gaining life. We're not going to be in the Curve Fling range. And yeah, I'm going to let them play as deeply into this as they want. Oh no, what if they have, like, Dispel? I should have done this while they were tapped out. Now they have Dispel. Maybe I Frantic Inventory and try to find counter magic so I can make sure this Cannonade resolves. Okay, there we go. They're casting another Huntmaster. Oh, that's actually gross. Ugh. If only there was some way to get rid of all these elves on the board. No counter. Huh. Thought for sure they had one. Good point. Good point. Hey there, stream team. Yeah, doing some Pauper today. I've noticed that on my YouTube channel, my Pauper content gets way more views than my modern content does. So I'm just going to start focusing even more on Pauper. So close, off by one. I guess we could still Frantic Inventory and try and find Bolt. We get Skred instead. Okay, lead the Stampede. Using most of their mana. Oh, they get Quirion Rangers. Hey, thanks for the follow, friend. Hey, Blowbear. Still a little bit too early to tell, I think, but the Monday was actually pretty good. So just as far as first foray into Monday, it definitely seems to be a day I should be streaming. Yeah, that's what I saw there, what I was seeing. So it looked like there was an open slot right on my time zone, so I'm feeling it. Pieces of the puzzle. Find another Skred. See if we can find the bolt here that we're looking for. Echoing Truth. We can get rid of all the tokens. Get rid of this. Oh yeah, just curve fling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we should actually just be able to kill. Why not kill? Oh, we don't have another curve. Crap. What did I just put in the graveyard? You fool. Alright. Now, this deck, I think this deck is really, really good. The way I'm playing it might not be the best, but I do believe in the deck. Yeah, get rid of that Hunt Master. They don't have a lot of elves left. I think we just won this through attrition. Yep, they concede. Nice. That was game one. Teamer Battle Rage would actually be pretty good in this deck. Legit. Alright, we bring in an extra Cannonade. We bring in an Electrostatic Bolt. We could bring in Negate. I'm not too hyped on it. The Dispel I'm not too hyped on. Izzet Charm. I mean, it does kill a creature. I think that's good enough. Pretty difficult to take out Fling. Even for TBR, but maybe in the right matchup it'd be fine. I think it would be an addition too. I think I'm fine with this one. Opponent is on the mulligan, so we get to Flame Slash their turn 1 play, and then search for an island Preordain. Bolt the Burb, and no land. Let's keep the Skred, lose the inventory. What? You over here. You over here. Okay. Preordain. Double Counterspell. Be a little while before we can even use these. I'm gonna bottom one, top the other. Get rid of their mana. Go ahead. Yeah, bottom was probably the better go. Counterspell's not even all that great in this matchup. Oh, Quirion Ranger's so good. Gonna help them make so much mana. Augur of Bolas, see if we can find a bolt. We find an Izzet Charm. That's basically a bolt. Pretty close, actually, between hitting Priest and Quirion Ranger. Wish this was a Fire Ice so we could hit both. That would have been so much better. Oh, they're going to do Dispel. Hydroblast. Okay. Yeah, Izzet Charm is a fine magic card. Oh no. They're saving the priest is such a huge deal here. Gives them so much mana. Lets them play onto the board. And they're going to have more mana next turn. We're in a little bit of trouble here. We do have counterspells though, so if they aren't able to deploy their entire hand, maybe we can stop future stuff, but I think that their board is already pretty special, pretty good. What's going on here? Hey, thanks for the follow, friend. Yeah, they just play out their hand. And if I wanted pieces, I can't hold up Counterspell. Lame. Oh, we only even have access to one Counterspell anyways because of our mana. So we're going to hold up Counterspell here, then next turn we'll go pieces of the puzzle, try and find something. Yeah, y'all are right. I'm just going to die here. Counterspell's doing nothing. Needed to go pieces of the puzzle there. Yeah. I just was underestimating all those elves. They're like, oh, that's just a bunch of 1/1s. Yeah, well, they got a lot of them. Alright, let's try this again. I mean, the Dispel is alright, but I don't know about Curfew. They just have so many creatures. I guess, like, Curfew turn 1 would be good. Curfew late just seems like not that hot. Should be favored late. If I draw things like Cannonade and Curve. The dog is actually in the main. I'm siding it out here. Too easy for them to nullify, to just block for days. Like, it's not going to really get anywhere. Yeah, exactly, Donut. We're playing against a lot of, like, cast downs and snuff outs and stuff like that. Then we want Rage-Hound. But it also just synergizes so well with the deck. Like, pieces of the puzzle throws it into the graveyard so we can escape it. Okay, we're back in. No, we cannot keep this hand. Our only land is a Karoo. I guess we're going to keep this one. And we'll get rid of... I think we get rid of Echoing Truth. I don't know. Maybe I think we just get rid of Curve. Keep Echoing Truth here. Sorcery Speed, Flame Flash, kill your critter, Boilerworks. Not enough blue mana. Alright. So we can Flame Slash this, and then hold up Frantic Inventory. Oh, like that draw. And then we can even hold up Counterspell. Yeah, right. Elves curving out here. Gonna cast a 4-drop here. Oh, making a morph. Oh, good point, stream team. Yeah, I know it's Virtual Rangers. I'm just wondering if it's worth a counterspell. Yeah. I mean, I would like an island. Curve. Guess we're going to hit that with Echoing Truth. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, seven. With a Cannonade as backup, I like playing a 7/7. Wonder if opponent is double queuing. Just been some odd pauses. I mean, our Fractal token beats their 4-drop pretty handily, I think. But that's fair. We could have held up Counterspell Bolt. What are good matchups for this deck? I kind of feel like there's a lot of good matchups for this deck, but I haven't played it quite enough to be like really comfortable saying that, but we should be favored versus mid-range decks and other control decks. Another Cannonade, cool. So with the bolts, we can currently wipe their board, although it's not, exactly a board I'd be really excited to wipe, so we'll just wait and see what else they're going to put onto the board here. Another Birchlore Rangers, which does allow them to have access to blue mana. All right, we'll take some damage here. Not a big deal. Oh, I don't like that. It gives them access to blue mana again. Although they just played out their last card. They have no cards left in hand. So we just get to wipe their board. Oh, they're just going to concede to the Cannonade anyway. So we managed to get a positive league. A little bit disappointed with some of my play in this league, but we managed to keep our play points, get an extra treasure chest, and get some good content out of the deal. Alright, so this is the deck that we were playing today. Izzet Curve, the big control deck. And, I mean, I really, really enjoy this deck. I think it's just a blast to play it, so surprise, I enjoyed my time playing it today. I think that I definitely did screw up the heroic matchup. Game 2, I think we probably could have won that one, won the match, oh well. But just goes to show that this is a deck that is really, really going to reward players for smart play. And while, as I said, I really enjoy this deck, control decks aren't really my bread and butter. I'm more of a mid-range or aggro player. So if control is, your style, then I would highly recommend this deck to you. Give it a try. Find out for yourself that this is one of the underplayed powerhouses of Pauper.